Why are you testing me this much? Have I done something bad in my life to deserve this?
Yeah, you're alpha.
I just know alpha. I can take a taxi. I can have chicken or meat. You know what I mean? Man, I was selling 4 units in the morning before I finished my breakfast.
Amazing, really.
Wow.
Maybe a second name, it's Musk, no?
Welcome back to our next episode within the Anthony today, and we're happy to host you again. So today we're having a special guest where you have to stay and watch while we're cooking. So welcome back to another episode. So by the way, should I tell you that we're having a sponsor today? As a
Yes. Yeah. It's a B-Homes company.
And so we have our sponsor for today for 8th or 9th episode, and where you have to go down, proceed within the link and subscribe it into B-Homes website. So if you're a broker and you need some really external tools which help you to bring more sales, go search, find it out. And
So let's start.
Today we have the really amazing, and to be honest, I've judged your profile before, but I have no words to describe you. Like really no words to describe you. Anthony, how are you doing today?
First of all, I'm great. Thanks a lot for having me. I'm very flattered with this beautiful introduction.
Yeah.
And congratulations on the show and on the company.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thank you
it.
so
We
much.
are happy to see you here, Anthony.
Likewise.
Thanks. Probably we would ask you to just introduce yourself because really there is no words for me to describe you to our audience.
You put me on the spot. I'm Anthony Joseph, a tourist in Dubai, spend the day on the beach and enjoy Dubai.
Wow.
Actually, I'm an entrepreneur in Dubai that I founded multiple companies, which is all related to real estate services. And I've been here from October 2014. We were just saying it's 9 years already. Time really flew by.
Years.
Yeah, 9 years in
experience.
Dubai.
You have a big experience.
9 years and more than 9 business model in Dubai.
Yeah.
It's amazing numbers. Really.
It's a great city. It has so many opportunities, and you can always see where it's lacking something or there is a bad service where you can enhance it. So this is why we open this many companies, just because there is so many properties and properties that they need lots of care in every aspect, whether it's finance or maintenance or I don't know, for investors, company formations, bank accounts. So that's why we have this many businesses. When it comes to real estate, I joined real estate just the third day after I came to Dubai. I've been doing it for some time between leasing and off-plan sales, and recently I am into the secondary market sales. I have done some record numbers, got lots of trophies from all of the developers in Dubai.
Wow.
Quarter on quarter, year on year, and my top number of sales so far is 4.8 billion dirhams.
Wow.
You guys,
Aiming to close on
Congratulations.
5 before end of the year. Yeah, that's the target.
wow. That's sick. This guy, Anthony, has you said more than 9 businesses, right?
Yeah.
And then he still have time to record on a podcast within us. And thanks again one more time.
It's a pleasure.
So today we're just recording a slightly very light podcast. We didn't prepare, to be honest, we didn't prepare the questions.
It's okay. It's better to
And,
freestyle it. I don't prepare on my podcast as well. Freestyling
Really?
is the best. Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the history of how you landed in 2014 in Dubai. And guys, I'll read the history of I'll read the profile where it says you ended up in 2014, where you had only somewhere around $100,000.
No, $1,000.
I mean,
the
I was
best case.
$1,000. Sorry, $1,000.
Yeah.
And you, within the next day, you decided to just stay there. How did you how do you decided to stay here and work? How did you
Feeling.
find
It was just a feeling. So I came here. I came here for a visit for 5 days. I didn't even have clothes more than 5 days. Yeah, I didn't have much money on me. The second left the airport and just reached Sheikh Zayed Road, I looked and I was like, wow. And back then it was maybe half of what you guys are seeing right now.
Yeah.
But I felt there's something glorious about the city. It's so clean, it's so neat, it's so big. There is something. I smelled the money, I smelled the opportunity, even though I had zero experience in whatever I'm doing right now. But I felt like I have to stay in here. There is something to it. And second day I decided to stay, and I started sending my CVs to all of the brokerages out there.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, I remember it. So I came Thursday, landed 11 p.m. By 1 p.m. I slept. The second day I went down the beach, and I remember it was the first time I go on a beach and the water was warm. And I looked,
Yeah.
I'm like, what is this? Like, that's
Wow.
weird.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
you know. And then finished the beach, came back home for 5 p.m. I started sending CVs to all of the real estate brokerages out there.
Wow.
Saturday, I started getting
It's
calls.
result.
Sunday, I did the interviews. So back then, Sunday was a working day. So the day offs were Friday and Saturday.
Only
Yeah.
faster.
Sunday, I started doing the interviews, and by Wednesday, I picked the company where I wanted to be.
Yeah. That's really amazing. That's inspires. And okay, now I understand where does the gut feeling came from, where you decided to like, okay, this is where I'm gonna stay. I guess seems like because of the beach, because it was warm, the water was warm.
Everything was nuts. I don't know. Just I felt like this is different from anywhere else I have been. It's like, you know, like, I mean, like whenever you go, you can always find the city, like the identity of the city. What is their language? What is their tradition? In Dubai, you don't have it. It's the world in one city. Like you see every nationality. There's over 200 nationalities in Dubai. So it was for me just like, why travel the world while the world is
14,
here?
More than 15 nationality.
Yeah. So I'm like, why travel the world while the world is here? So for me, it was just like interesting. I was curious. I wanted to know more. What is this food? You know, I've never had Indian food before that. I've never had any other food. You know what I mean? So for me, everything was, it was beautiful. It was very challenging. It wasn't as beautiful as you see it when you are. So when you are a tourist, it's beautiful. But when you're trying to make your way in the corporate life and business, it's tough. It's very tough. So it was a challenge, and it didn't go well first. Like, I mean, the first months I didn't do anything. Second months, it was when I started getting these voices in my head, you know, you should leave, you should go back home. This is not your place. You will not make it, you know. And then I started getting hungry. I couldn't afford transportation or stuff. So
and also I've read it. Sorry to bother you.
Please.
So I've read it on the profile where it said that you sold your iPhone for 360 dirhams, and then you had to split that money to get into the transport.
For
1 month.
Not only transport, was transport and food. It was that month. So I was left with 300 dirhams. So I said my daily budget is 10 dirhams, 5 dirhams for the metro, 5 dirhams for the cheese sandwich from Almaya supermarket. Now you don't see it anymore. That's back in the days. And that's how I'm going to survive until I make my first check. So and it was really like scary. It was, I don't know, it was weird. It was tough. It was like, I was looking at the skies and saying, God, why are you testing me this much? Have I done something bad in my life to deserve this? And it took me until the 26th day to close that rental, which was with a different company.
20 days, it's a good time, for close the deal.
I almost
deal. It's a
first deal, I took it, 2 months and a half to close it. Back then, it was not like what you're seeing now, people buying left and right. It was so different. It was tough.
In 2014.
It was really tough back then. So I did that rental that gave me, I don't know, like $600, 2,000 dirhams, but it felt wow. So I mean, I can take a taxi. I can have chicken or meat, you know what I mean? I can go buy a new shirt, you know? So I felt like I owned the world. And from there, I kept building on it. Found my way, and I got so obsessed how I'm gonna be, like how I'm gonna smash it. So this is where I got really like the mind opening. I started having like, I knew what my calling is. I knew what my vision is when I put it down. I stopped hanging out with everyone. I just put myself into books, into learning, into knowledge, into YouTube videos, and just how I'm going to be the next star of the city. And I kept going full on there.
Wow.
So interesting, yeah.
Wow.
You come to Dubai 9 years ago and work all this time in here, and right now you have very big experience to make it a new interesting business model, in this city. And how you can talk about your top 3 sphere, real estate. You can talk about
I mean, like real
facility
estate.
management.
Real estate is what is I am most known for. But selling real estate is like, let's say, is 10% of my business model. My main love and concentration is holiday homes.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
very
where
interesting
this is
idea.
this is where I started when I came to Dubai, and it always left a place in my heart, and I came back to it. And today, luckily and thank God, we are the biggest all over the country. We have 680 units spread all over, from Jabal Ali all the way down to Mirdif. Every type of properties, from a single studio up to a 7-bedroom villa, you can find it. Penthouses, whatever, Burj Khalifa view, fountain view, whatever you want, we have it all. Our team is expanding. We're looking to expand into 2 different Emirates in Dubai. We just started the company this summer. We started it in Lebanon as well. And now we are eyeing the rest of the Gulf countries, such as Saudi, such as Qatar, such
All
as these places, to see how we're gonna do like a proper takeover.
Wow. That's interesting.
This is one of the services as well. With this service, we have like our concierge service, where we take care of our clients from A to Z. If they want a driver, airport pickup, if they want, I don't know, a nanny for the kids, or even if they want someone to walk their pets, we do have that service. If they want a private chef, we will do a DJ, catering, like just name it, like whatever anyone does, anyone needs.
Services.
We are here to provide them all of these services.
We will leave the link below. You've heard it.
We do as well. We are really good into the side of the cleaning, where we have residential and commercial cleaning. We do malls, we do warehouses, we take even buildings that contractors are offloading to developers for sales. We have finance company that get mortgages for people, that get business loans, that get personal loans as well. Company formation. If someone is looking to open a company in Dubai, we help facilitate it, even if they are not in Dubai. CFO services, tax filing, corporate tax filing, due diligence on any project. So it's like we have it all, we have it from A to Z. Seriously, it's like a one-stop shop for anything related to real estate and real estate services. On a personal note, I am an author. I have 2 books in the market. They've been doing amazing. Amazon bestsellers. I have a real estate academy that I have it myself and Dr. Anand Menon, and I do have an online course.
Amazing, really. Wow. Maybe a second name, it's Musk, no? Anthony Musk.
Hopefully. I'm not as bright as him, but hopefully.
Yes, superhero in Dubai.
Thank you.
It's very interesting. Can you talk about more holiday homes? If we see for a business process, because our audience, it's a professional audience, professional brokers and owner real estate agency, and our audience very interested in how
we can work together. We can do collaboration. It's already there. We have something called our affiliate program. We have over 270 brokers that they have signed up with us, and some of these brokers, their own company have holiday homes, but they deal with us because they want to guarantee the performance. They want their clients to be happy, because it's a very simple formula. Today, if your investor is making high returns, what he's going to do immediately, he's going to tell you, I want to reinvest. If the performance is poor, you're losing him as an investor, and it's going to a different company. So what we do from the process, we do it from A to Z, literally from A to Z. So we take the property, we transform it into holiday homes. We do the furnishing. By the way, we have a furnishing and interior design company.
It's
just
a
remember.
service. It's 11, 12 company.
Wow.
So we transform it. We get the permits from Dubai Tourism Department. Then after the permits, we do the property insurance. Then we have the photo shoot. It goes listed on all of the portals, locally and internationally. And we start leasing it on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis. It depends on the area. The owner will have a host login from our portal where he can go immediately, see everything, all of the bookings, the payment, the reporting, what we do without the need to talk to anyone. In case he needs, we have allocated client managers that they are on the clock 24 hours on 3 shifts to answer any inquiry for anyone. Our returns, the average is 10% in any area in Dubai. We do have properties that were bought in 2018 and 19. They're making 18% today.
Yeah,
such as Blue Waters, such as Beachfront, they're killing it. Okay, so the returns is very high. Minimum, they're making 10% to their pocket. So if they keep the model for 10 years, they are breaking even with this property in 10 years, and the full equity is theirs.
So interesting. Do you have opportunity using online portal, the same like Airbnb or another?
Us, so we have a CRM that feeds on all of the portals such as Booking.com, Airbnb, Expedia, Trivago, Home Away from Home, and the rest. There's a lot. Yeah, we have 27 portals we advertise over there, locally and internationally. Now, when it comes to the broker side, what we do with them, we sign them in our affiliate program. So the way it goes that we charge 20% on a monthly basis for all of the services I just mentioned to you. When this client is coming from a broker, we will keep charging 20%. However, we will keep 15% to us, and the broker will take 5%. Not once, every month. Means this broker is becoming our partner with 25% share without them paying 1 dirham in their pocket.
Interesting.
Yes.
It's a good offer.
You just sold for us.
And by the way, it's not only brokers refer us. We have bankers, we have Emirates pilots, we have doctors, we have everything. So anyone who wish to be part of the affiliate program, they only need to reach out to us. Our business development, we have business development manager with 2 assistants. They will meet up, show the contracts, sign them up immediately. All what they need to do is the introduction. That's it.
Affiliate program, that's it, will be future, really. I think.
But what do you used to do before when you landed into Emirates? Like, because probably someone is thinking and watching us like, okay, this guy is legit sick, right? He's making millions
I'll
in
tell
dirhams.
you what.
What do you used to do before?
Before I became
Before
a broker,
you landed into Emirates,
I was
before in
always
2014.
doing multiple stuff. So I remember before I had a shop to sell clothes, unisex. I used to fly to Istanbul. From there, buy the clothes, then cargo it, ship it to Lebanon. After 2-3 weeks, receive it, selling it. We used to do lots of trading, like buying paintings and then sell it. And I did it here in Dubai. I used to stay on the Basil, buying the same painting on the Basil, burn the price, then relisting it 10 times higher and selling it. It's like the hustle. You have to do whatever you have to do to make the money, because once you have the capital and you start investing it, rest is super easy. So when it came to businesses, I was doing a lot. I never I took a job, I remember. So I was never good at jobs, I was never good at this micromanaging and then annoying manager coming to pick my brain without them being inspirational. So it's like if I'm working for someone and if this someone inspires me, if he tells me like, I don't know, jump from the balcony, if he inspires me, I will do it. But if I see someone too lazy, too uninspired, just doing their job and tell me to do something, I've never liked it. So having a job was never for me. So I finished university. I have 2 majors. I majored in advertising and marketing. And I did a minor psychology. Minor psychology, I did it because I was always in sales all of my life. And I always wanted to understood the human behavior and the human mind and how to differentiate between a left brain, right brain, front, back, the characters, how to be pushy, how to lay low. So I've always had it in me. I don't have like specific job I worked, but I always did the stuff that which is like buying and selling. And mainly it was clothes back then. It used to be a killer industry. I used to make good money, by the way.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So you landed over here and then you start to work into the real estate. Did you had seems like, as you mentioned, if someone was motivating you, you would do that, right?
Yeah.
Did you had a mentor back and then you started the real estate?
Of course not. I didn't have anything, man. I didn't have even training. I didn't have anything. That's what I told you. So it's like when I used to go to the office, I see everyone on their phones picking up the landline, not even a mobile, calling in these databases and harassing them. Hey, sir, do you want to buy? Do you want to sell? Do you want to rent? And they're still doing it until today, thinking that something will change.
Yeah.
Like if it didn't work 10 years ago, you think it's going to work now? Yeah. So I always was looking at everyone and I'm like, man, this is too silly. It cannot be this stupid. Yeah. There must be something in it. I cannot do the same like everyone is doing. And I had this since I was a child. Like if everyone is going right, I'll go left. I've never felt like I wanted to fit in. No, I just wanted to do something which makes sense. So I started roaming around in JBR, where I ended up seeing like a huge chain of hotel apartments in Dubai that belonged to a very big family in the country. Excuse me, we're not going to say the names. So I came inside and I pretended to be a client, even though I couldn't, I don't know, back then maybe afford a meal. So I'm like, I want to see your 3 bedrooms because my family might come after a month. And if they don't come, I will see your 1 bed. So when I saw these units, I got the same feeling the same day I came to Dubai. Like, this is it. This is it. And I'm like, wow, that's a gold mine. That's an untapped industry. No one is touching the hotel apartments. They're all into residential. Great. Came downstairs. I'm like it. Can I meet with the director? And they were like, why? Is there something wrong? I'm like, no, actually, everything is great. Can I meet him? They were like, but it doesn't work like this. You need an appointment. I'm like, it's okay. I'll wait for him. And I stayed in the lobby. I stayed because I didn't have anything else to do. I have no friends. I have no money. I have nothing. But I'm like, there must be an opportunity here. Let me maximize it. After 2 hours and a half, he came out and he was like, you just made me curious to know who is willing to sit here 2 hours waiting to see me. And even without an appointment. Like, thank you for coming. Let's have a coffee. We sat in the cafeteria in the building and he was like, tell me, how can I help you? I'm like, I'm here to change your life. Wow. And he looked at me differently. I was like, what do you do? I told him I'm a real estate broker. And he was like, oh, he's like saying, it's another one of those, Because come on, let's be real. Like real estate brokers don't have the best reputation, unfortunately, due to practices.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I told him, listen, I like this building a lot. I want to be specialized in it and I want to have it on exclusive basis. So he burst laughing and he was like, do you know who we are? I'm like, I have no idea, but I know that you guys have a great taste.
Yeah.
I always broke everything with humor. The ice or any tension in a situation with a humor. Always, because I have nothing to lose. Worst case scenario, he's going to say no. Eventually, I don't have it. So what am I going to lose? You know what I mean? So he started laughing. He told me who they are. And I was like, oh, wow, these guys are mega. And he was like, we don't do it like that. Go prepare a proposal, take an appointment for next time and come see me. I'm like, okay, how do I make a proposal? I have no idea. So I went on Google, how to make a proposal. And I started article after another. I made that proposal, took an appointment, came back, gave it to him. He read it. He was like, no. I'm like, okay. I came the 3rd time. No. I came the 4th time. No. And I'm like, okay. Regardless of what I'm doing of proposals, if I'm going to keep doing the same way, he's going to reject me 100 times. Let me change it. So what I have done, I saw the building next to it. So they had 2 buildings next to each other. And there were 3 buildings that were not theirs. They were purely residential buildings. So I started coming down the JBR walk, picking up a bag of KFC or the Hardee's and going up the security. Hey, brother, how's it going? You look hungry, have a bite. Start talking to them, making friends. Tell me what's available here. Now, a security guard, okay, he have all of the list and every apartment if it's not vacant, if there's someone inside,
Mhm.
they need to fill their information for the in case of emergency.
Yeah.
So it was like, yeah, we have this 2 beds empty, this 1 bed empty. I'm like, great, give me the landlord's number.
Mhm.
He will,
No
the landlord, he
way.
will give me the landlord number. Then I will call the
Wow.
landlord. Like, hey, how's it going? Listen, today I was in JBR with a nice couple.
Mhm.
They love the building, you know, but they were asking me if there's any higher floors. And I think yours is on a higher floor. How much are you looking for it? Oh, okay, 80,000, 100,000. Amazing. Let me get back to you. So I started getting these things. Back then, you didn't need to fill in the Form A and to get the listing permit.
Yeah.
It was just like put pictures, list, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So I was listing and I started getting phone calls. So what I will do, I will take them for the residential building, say, see, this is a beautiful unit. Okay, if you don't like the price, let me show you the building next door, how much more they are adding just for the furniture and the bills. So I will take them to the where I wanted, the hotel apartment. And his office was on the ground. So he will see me walking with clients. He started seeing me every day, coming with 2 or 3 people. And then he was like, oh, you know what? This guy might be the real deal. Actually, I'm rejecting him for what? Let me give him an opportunity.
No way.
And that's what happened. And I took it exclusive. And then from 2 buildings, there was another 2 buildings I took. Then I took another 60, 70 villas in Jumeirah, another building in downtown, one in Oud Mesa. And it kind of reached a point where I had 1,500 units on an exclusive basis that no one can sign a contract until I do it.
Yeah, and that's really inspiring.
That was crazy, to be fair. And honestly, everyone in the office were telling me, you're stupid, you're a moron, you're a fool. These guys will not look at you. Who are you to take this? Are you crazy? Stop wasting your time. And I kept pushing for 4 months until I got it. So that's the persistency that I have it in me. And then, I don't know, in the beginning of 2017, I said, you know what? Okay, it's amazing money. Everything is great. But how can I take it? How can I take it for the next level? I have to jump into sales. And this is where I shifted my business model to off-plan investment, which I've done terrible the first year. Terrible.
Why?
I sold 4 units. 4 units in 1 year.
Wow.
But that's quite a good, like, back in, when did you start your off-plan?
In 2017.
2017.
Yeah, which I was terrible doing it. I didn't understand the mentality, the investors.
It's still good though to sell 4 units for the first year.
In 1 year.
In 1 year.
Man, I was selling 4 units in the morning before I finished my breakfast later on.
No way.
What's 4 units in 1 year? This is a joke for me. It was, you know. So yeah, I did terrible, but I really got in it. So I started Googling, seeing videos of the hedge fund managers, how they manage portfolios of the millionaires, the billionaires, got really in it until I made it explode in April 2018. That was my first month. I smashed it. I did 19 individual deals, and I think the commission passed the 650,000.
So you did, how many, 19 deals?
19 deals in 1 month.
1 month.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a good result. Yeah.
You said you did for the first year 4 deals, which was terrible. But what were the mistakes that you did? Why you did 4 deals?
It was the lack of knowledge.
Lack of the knowledge.
Yeah, it wasn't mistakes at all. It was like, tell you something. You cannot talk to Asians the same way you talk to Europeans, the same way you talk to Arabs. Or to Australians. Each one has a different mentality.
True.
Each one is coming for a different purpose. Some guys are coming to do short-term investment. Sometimes guys are coming for a mid-term, long-term. I didn't know all of this. For me, it was, this is a property. I want to sell it to you. Now, is this fitting your requirements? I don't know. I have this property. I wanted to sell it. So I didn't know what are the proper investment projects and the proper end users where people, they will use it as their own homes. So all of this took time. And 2017 wasn't the ideal year of selling real estate. It was getting really tough. And this is the year where developers started saying, maybe we need post-handover payment plans for people to start buying. Even developers started increasing commissions for brokers, for brokers to be doing sale. It was very tough year, to be very honest. Even 2018 was tough. 2019 was very tough. So this 3 years, it was really, but I found my way learning how to leverage on the money, creating opportunities for investors, and taking advantage of the position that the developers are having tough time selling. So whenever I had a decent buyer, I used to tell him, listen, why would you want to buy 5 properties and 5 million? Why don't you put the 5 million and I will get you 20 properties? And he was like, how? I'm like, don't worry, leave it to me. I will go to a developer, say, come over here, buddy. Your building is ready. You still have 50 units you didn't sell. I will buy 20 units from you under the condition I will give you 20% of the property, give me the keys, the remaining 80% I will pay it on 5 years, and the 4% give it a gift for this buyer. Used to go for the buyer, tell him, okay, you're only paying 20%. I'm gonna rent it for you on short-term rental on this amount. This is how much you're going to take per year. So actually, you will be paying 40% from your pocket and the 60% your tenants are paying it.
Wow. Okay.
How about that? And they were like, this sounds brilliant. Let's do it.
Wow. Okay.
And I
So you
started
start
doing,
to
yeah.
learn.
And these guys, I mean, like, if you're rich, your friends are rich. Let's be real. So when they are happy, they were introducing me to their circle. They were inviting me to their dinners or to their parties. So I was creating that chain of big people where they have verified money and they're looking to leverage, they're looking to make money on proper investment, not waiting for the typical broker to call them, say, hey, I have this unit, it was 3 million, I will give it to you to 2.7. People are done from this. They're looking for someone who creates opportunity. And I was actually really good doing that, creating opportunities.
So interesting.
Okay, you hustle it, you worked on it, so you've learned it. Wow.
Yeah, sure. Definitely. Right now in Dubai, very popular SaaS platform. Yeah, the same like BHomes, Property Finder, and Buyout. Yeah, it's this portal help another solution. Yeah, for professional brokers. Do you have a vision how we'll be growing this sphere SaaS platform in the future? Yeah,
I mean, like what I know for a fact, that some developers, they are creating their own, they call it their name and next to it experience. Okay. And the way they are doing it in a way that they are trying to cut off the broker. So they will not be the middleman. It's going to be the direct buyer coming straight away for this developer. They're creating the experience for them and they're doing this experience centers where some are by using a 3D, some are by using metaverses, which belongs straight to these developers. And some now they are trying to integrate the AI service with their sales department where their internal broker do it. Now, which one will work? I don't know. I have to wait and see. But I know for a fact that, yeah, there is like a new revolution coming, which will be implemented in the year of 2025. This old school sales, I think it's done. And the future belongs to the most quickest, most affordable and the smartest.
Yeah, metaverse, it's a very interesting tool for real estate. But what do you mean? This market real estate, like it change rules of games or not?
Of course they will. And like this is what we like about Dubai, the innovation that they always bring. So this is why you see now that Dubai is mainly like the mother of the adaptation of the blockchain and all of the Middle East. It was the first city who accepted it, who said, bring it on. It's a tax-free. Now, even going to court is going to become different. And I've seen this system in front of my eye because the guy who created it and sold it for the government is my client. And now it's so beautiful that you can just have your face Okay. And you don't even have to put anything on your face. Just from the laptop, you come in, for example, to Dubai court. You have a case, you see it, you leave. Then you go for the economic department and you apply with an actual human that you only see her face for a trade license for a business. And no need to confirm your ID anymore. She's in front of you. Everything is in the system. So what they're trying to do, they're trying to make this city as the most innovative city on the planet. It's so quick, it's so dynamic, where you can do this whether you live in Dubai or you are staying, I don't know, in Finland. This is what's happening. So I know the tech is our foundation, and the future is looking very bright.
So interesting. Interesting vision for future.
Definitely.
So maybe, do you have a question for us? Maybe you're interested in...
I prefer, as I told you, to have you on my podcast and you guys can present your product. I believe in seeing is believing more than telling,
Wow.
So
we appreciate you. We
my
appreciate
pleasure.
you. Come to you.
Would be happy to be on your podcast.
For sure, definitely. I'll let you know just to see my schedule for next week.
So I'm very interested in how you connection for local market. I think because this is very interesting term. I didn't know more person who connection only for local market. And if you can make it advisors for our audience.
I can link you up with a lot of developers, and it's on you to close this deal or not. You know what I mean? But I can link you. Like I have lots of connects. I can link you up.
It's very interesting because I think our audience.
But as I told you, they all
personally
want a proof of concept, proof of work for them. How can you make my life better? I'll listen to you. If you're presenting something to them that they already know, have, or about to have, they're not interested, man. They might sound like they have a lot of money, but they act like
sure.
So
before we talk about type of person, alpha, beta, gamma, and you say you're alpha.
I just know alpha. I don't know the rest.
That's good. And you, as I know, you used to be, I mean, you probably used to study, as I understand, in California, as I understand.
No, I lived there for a while, then I came back. I was studying in Lebanon. I had my all of the school. Then after that, I was at Notre Dame University. Even I came into school early, to university early. I was the youngest man. I was 16 and 9 months in university. I was the youngest kid in university. But also even in university, I wasn't feeling inspired. I finished by the age of 21. And then I went to the life and I'm like, okay, man, I've been learning all of this to get a job for $400, which I have to drive 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour in the evening. That's not me. So this is the period where I kind of like, it's not like lost myself, but I didn't know what to do.
You didn't feel that was your...
What's my passion? What shall I do? So that time was the time where it went the wrong way, whereas I was filling my time just like chilling on the beach all day, in the evening partying, coming back at home 5 a.m., sleeping until 3 a.m. the second day. So this is where I started to gain weight. My health was not ideal due to smoking, drinking, and all of the bad habits that you develop with it. And by the age of 29, I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I always blamed my country. I always blamed my family. I always blamed my friends. But you know what? It's my fault. And I'm the only one who's in charge of changing my life. I'm not a tree. I have feet. If I'm not happy in this place, let me leave. And that's exactly what. So I was roaming around in multiple countries, seeing where I see myself to fit. Nothing like here. Here it called me.
Do you have sister or brother?
I do have a brother. He's also with me in Dubai. He just came 2 years back with his wife, and he's living his life now. He's very happy. Actually, he's the marketing director in the company.
Wow, nice. But bit curious in terms of, let's imagine the story for example, there is a family, right? A wife and husband within the kids. Would you consider this Dubai is a really convenient place to stay as a family, because...
I can give it 50-50 to be very honest, because I'll tell you what, I do believe that children should be playing outside.
True.
Children should fall, should bleed, should come home. This tightens them properly.
Yeah.
In Dubai, unfortunately, due to the weather, they will not be able to do such activities. But
in summertime,
But what I love about Dubai is the security in Dubai.
Yeah.
I can let these kids go play, I don't know, till midnight. Nothing will happen to them. In a different country, bye-bye, they're gone. So that's why I'm telling you 50-50. Also in a way that in here, unfortunately, because it's a very glamorous city, the kids will be kind of spoiled. Going to malls, buying an iPad when he's like 2 years old. Like I remember this stuff we got when we were older. So maybe I'm talking about a generation difference, but it has lots of good stuff to raise a family, and it also has not much, a few stuff which I can mention, which is not good for a family. Not to mention that the schools here are very expensive, brother. Like I remember I graduated from university and 2 majors. I paid $40,000. This is not enough for 1 year for one kid of yours in school. And here it's madness. So it can have the two ways. Also, I really love nature. I love trees. I love that fresh breath that you take while you're sitting, in the woods or something. So I prefer, if I want to have my own kids, that they can be born and brought up in nature. And then when they are adults and they want to come to the corporate life, I cannot name them a better city than Dubai.
Now you made us curious. And what do you do when you're missing some of the more like green side?
Flying, I'm always flying.
Okay.
I'm always traveling, always. And you always see me next to trees or to animals, I love it. And I tell you why, like for a very long time, I've never knew why I get so happy when I'm in the jungle. So I'm like, what, I'm a Tarzan or what, you know what I mean? Until I read this book that is called Brainwash. And I highly recommend you to read this book, especially when you come into chapter number 3. And doctor is explaining perfectly that us as human beings, we were always living in the woods. And recently, which is like 30-40 years back, we started moving into cities where we lacked the trees and the greenery. So he says the smell of the trees is triggering something in your mind and your subconscious that's giving you release and happiness. Even your breathing is different. Sorry. Do you hear that sound? This is from the AC because it's always there. But when you go stay in nature, after 3 days, this will open. This block. So this is what I'm telling you. As kids, I prefer them to be brought up in nature. So they can have tough bodies, tough immune system, tough everything. And for business, nowhere else I recommend except Dubai.
You know what I do whenever I miss the like green side and then etc. I just took the car and drive it to Al Baradi,
That's also that's a jungle up there. They even have gazelles. It's crazy. What they have done there.
We very appreciate for your advices.
Thank you for having me. The pleasure is all mine.
Really take your special link for your Instagram. And our audience, we appreciate if you write your comment with our channel.
I will do better than that. I'm gonna invite you to my own podcast.
Really
see your product, see what you're doing, and I'm gonna blast it on all of my socials. And everyone can see what you guys are doing, and hopefully linking you up with the right people.
Thank you so much,
Anthony
Mas. Thanks,
really, Anthony, so much. And I really recommend you to have a look on his books. By the way, that he wrote it, and he's writing the 3rd one, right? Can I mention that?
You already did.
And go subscribe, check out his social media accounts, and check out the books he wrote, which is really inspiring, by the way. And thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in.
See you, Anthony. Thank you so much.
Thanks.